what it is, so it's okay. But he ain't rich, that's more than I baby. Don't be fooled, he a joke, misguided. Come over here to the east side. Kick back, get it right all night.
This smooth ride, yeah. I know you like this smooth ride, yeah. You've been going through some things ain't feeling the same. If you still trying to remain, who you been every day? I just wanna be your smooth, smooth, smooth. Just wanna be your smooth, smooth, smooth. You've been going through some things ain't feeling the same. If you still trying to remain, who you been every day? I just wanna be your smooth.
Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Hey. It's your boy, Macc, Milliaon. Chad, talk to me, what's going on? We in here just waking our game up. My bad, y'all, for being a little bit late this morning. You know, I had to get my mind right. Nigga had therapy this morning. You feel me? We gonna always promote mental health, you feel me? Go ahead and tap in with a local therapist, you feel me? If you got some shit on your mind, go ahead and holla at somebody, you feel me? Cause the way this world going today, it ain't cool. Okay. Hey, the Purple app, I see y'all fucking with me today, man. I'm fucking with y'all the long way. Tap in, man. The Purple app, I see y'all. Red app, what's going on, man? What's going on, y'all? The Purple app, they fucking with me this morning. The Red app ain't really too much tapped in. I see a couple of y'all over there, but what's going on? The Purple app fucking with me today, man. I appreciate y'all. Today is June 26th. It's Friday. We usually do what is this? Alpha versus what is this? What's today? Excuse me, y'all. Give me 1 second. Today is Alpha versus Reality. You feel me? We're gonna get these apps posted, or let me post them on socials real quick, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. We posted on the Insta. If you following the Fat Nigga on Instagram, you feel me? That's where I post a lot of the schedule shit and show info and clips and things of that nature. We on all the other platforms too, but Instagram has been my main source at this point in time right now. But yeah, man, today's Friday. Alpha versus Reality. Relationship focused discussions, why modern dating ain't working, red flags in men and women, marriage versus situationships, and viewer call-ins are welcome. You feel me? With me, every Friday, I do my little therapy sessions, you feel me? I've been seeing a therapist for, I don't know, a little over 6 months now, you feel me? And man, bro, a lot of the shit that we be chopping game about, I'm not gonna say me going to therapy, put a nigga in a position to find himself and things of that nature. It didn't have nothing to do with that. If I'm gonna keep it a buck, you feel me? A lot of the things that have put me, in bad spots as far as mentally, has always been behind me second guessing what I thought was right or correct at the time. Me feeling like, I be trying to be not the bigger person, but what's the word I'm looking for? Fair. I be trying to be fair in situations, so I be going against my better judgment just to show my significant other or the person that I'm dealing with, like, hey, I'm not trying to be on bullshit. I do feel this way about the situation, but trying to be fair, like we're gonna go with what it is you talking about, or I'm gonna try to see things from your point of view, or I'm gonna try to give you, that space to feel like your feelings are valid. But see, I feel like this is where a lot of people, I'll say people, but realistically, this is where I'm gonna say a lot of women kind of, fall short at in the relationship is women deal with their emotions. Women lead with their emotions. Women's facts. Some women. Let me start off with saying that some women's facts are based on how they feel. You feel me? So with that being said, is when you're in a relationship and you got a man and you got a woman, you cannot approach a problem and think that your feelings are going to continue or always be valid in a situation. Just because you feel a certain kind of way doesn't mean that what you feel is correct when it comes to the facts of the situation. You may have felt that way, but the facts are this. You feel me? And I feel like that's where a lot of women fall short at when it comes to dealing with their significant other in a relationship, is like your feelings are always going to be valid. Your feelings are always going to be valid. But just because you feel that way doesn't mean that, your feelings are facts. No, your feelings are not always facts. Someone could say something that can hurt your feelings, but what they said may have been true. You feel me? So with that being said, just a little quick backstory on what me and my therapist was talking about. We didn't meet last Friday because I think last Friday was Juneteenth. So they be giving these people they be giving certain people that I feel like there's a lot of white folks that benefit from taking Juneteenth off that most niggas ain't been able to exercise, you feel me, or even get paid for it. But that's a different conversation. I don't really care too much about that. But yeah, we didn't link last Friday because of Juneteenth, and we had some catching up to do today. And a big part of what we talked about in my therapy session was I gave her the rundown about, how me streaming is going and things of that nature, and gave her a little snippet on one of my clips. And the clip was me talking about my independence as a man and how, good it felt to experience what being on my own is like. I've been on my own since I was, like 16. I would say like 16, 17, 16, 16 for sure. Um, I've said this before. I've in my relationships that I've been in, and it's not like a nigga's been, when I say relationships, I mean like, a female that I've lived with. I've been, with this person for like some years at this point type shit. Um, there's only but like two or three, you feel me? In my grown up age. And not no not even my grown up age, because I've been with my son's or when I was with my son's mother. That was when I was 18, 17, and then right after that I was with my daughter's mother for like 15 years, you feel me? So um when I'm rocking with a female, and I say I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you. You feel me? I'm a real nigga. I'm not gonna sit here and lead you into thinking something else. You feel me? Now, if you think something else, that's on you. I can't control that. But as far as gaslighting and thinking that, oh, this is my man, when it ain't, like we ain't gonna play them games. You gonna know what it is off the back type shit. You feel me? Um, but with my son's mother, Me and her, we lived together. You feel me? That was during my dope boy era. That was when I used to sell dope. You feel me? So back then, the thing was, I don't give a fuck what it was. Buying a car to a degree, going to go buy a spot or rent a apartment, hotels, like anything that you don't want your face to be involved in or the color of your skin to play a factor. You always sent, excuse my language, the bitch in there to go and do it. You sent your female to, go get the spot. Don't have your name on it. Don't let them see you. You feel me? So that way they'll never know, oh, there's a nigga that live over there, or, just keeping shit under wraps. Like I very much came from that type of style of living, but at a young age. So even though my name was never on the lease, who's really paying the bills in that motherfucker? You feel me? I was. Yeah, my BM, she had a job. Not trying to, discredit her or anything like that, because that's definitely not what I'm doing. Just painting a picture. But a nigga so dope at that point in time, so I had money. You feel me? Like, come on now. When we separated, I came to Oregon. I came back to Oregon because we were in California. Um, Met my daughter's mother, and pretty much from that day forward, me and her was rocking. And when me and her met, my son's mother was pregnant with my son. Like, I want to say like days pregnant. Like he wouldn't even. When I found out that she was actually pregnant with him for the being for real and her not lying and all that other shit, I think she was like 6 weeks pregnant when I was getting ready to leave California to come back to Portland. I met my daughter's mother, um, probably a month and a half of me being in Oregon. And from that time that we met, we was rocking every day with each other up until the point we got a divorce. Um, but we I went through that situation, and then when me and my daughter's mother actually really locked in with each other and became an item, like we've been together every day from that moment on. So it's like I never really had, I grew up with her, if that makes sense. I never had the this girlfriend, that girlfriend, this girlfriend, that girlfriend type of situation. I've been accused, and have had my fair share of, doing wrong, throughout our relationship and things of that nature. But, having real life girlfriends and a list and experiences and things of that nature, nah, I didn't have that. I locked in with her because of how I felt and things of that nature. And I feel like, now that I'm older and can look back on a lot of shit, like, like what's the word I'm looking for? I heard somebody say it the other day, but it had to do with like, the whole mommy syndrome. Like, she was older than me by a couple of years, at least a good 5. You feel me? I was young, all that. Not to paint a picture about her, but it was just more so of my situation. Like she, even though that was a nigga bitch, you feel me? It was still that, her being older, um, her having a certain kind of understanding at that point in time, the way she fucked with a nigga, all kind of shit. So it was like, you know, I grew up with her. That was my introduction into adulthood, I guess you would say. You feel me? A lot of things that I did at one point in time, I did because of being taught within that relationship. You feel me? Um, so now when I do hit that age of 33, me and her going through our trials and tribulations, and things are getting worse. We're separating. Oh, now we're talking about divorce and things of that nature. I didn't get my first spot until I was like 33 years old. You feel me? Um, yeah, man, that's a big bomb to drop. You feel me? I didn't experience or understand or learn the things that I needed to learn until 33 years old, having to get my own spot, learning how not I don't want to say learning how to pay bills, because a nigga know how to pay bills, you feel me? But like just having a regiment schedule, and just things of that nature, just learning how to do things as an adult. Yes, I was an adult. Yes, I'm fully fucking grown by that time. But to be on my own, to be sufficient solo and things of that nature, and building an identity for myself as a man, a single man, and people knew me for being with my daughter's mother. You feel me? It was, oh, that's, Jen got cakes and Mac Million. You feel me? Our image as a power couple and things of that nature was my identity. I feel that I didn't have my identity of who I am without her until, me and her going through the shit that we were going through. And I think I didn't even all the way get that because of the fucking up that I was doing. And what I mean by that is, even though we're going through our situation, we're supposed to be, separating, breaking up, or getting a divorce. I'm dealing with, a new female, talking to her and this, that, and the other, but I'm still fucking around with my baby mama. You feel me? Like I was never gonna learn the things that I needed to learn. I was never gonna get the answers that I needed. You feel me? And I kept putting myself in a cycle. You feel me? And whether I really wanted to be with said female or wanted to be with a new female, regardless, I was never gonna get what I needed or to get away from what it is that I needed to get away from. Still, dibbling and dabbling with my baby mama. You feel me? And I think a lot of men do that. If you separating, the men that, are just chasing coochie and just, wanting to fuck on everything that passes by them, you feel me? For the men that do, still deal with, their children's mothers in a way that they shouldn't be, you feel me? I do understand that a small part of that comes from, the love that you once had for her. I understand that if you do have kids with this person, that it's a hard pill to swallow when it comes to, you know, leaving the house and feeling like you're leaving your child behind. Um, I dealt with that for the longest, and I feel like no, it's not that I feel like, I know. It was that played a big factor for me for a long time. Just because me and her split up when we did doesn't mean that I didn't know that the relationship needed to end sooner than that. You feel me? So if I would have had the courage to leave, a whole lot sooner, I probably would have. Or ain't no probably, I for sure would have. But every time I felt like I got enough courage to leave, or I was mad enough to leave, what always kept me around was my daughter. And growing up, and having kids, my whole thing was, as long as my kids never felt towards me the way that me or some of my siblings feel towards my father, I won. You feel me? And just being transparent and honest. Like, I'm going through a situation right now with my son, with my oldest, in regards to, him feeling a certain kind of way towards me, got a nigga blocked, don't talk to me, and he's taking out his frustration on his sister too, and I don't like that shit. You feel me? So I got some things there as a parent and as a man that I have to regulate and try to handle the best way that I can. You feel me? Without fucking off that relationship more than it already is. You feel me? Um, but when it comes to leaving, you feel me? that was the biggest thing that sat on my shoulders is I didn't want my baby or me to feel like I was leaving her because daddy's not leaving you. Daddy has to leave to get his mind right. Daddy's leaving to, handle his business and try to keep things afloat. if if I'm not right, God forbid something bad was to ever happen in our relationship or happen to, my daughter's mother, but like how am I supposed to be the best version of me and do for my daughter if I ain't right? So um a nigga had to do a lot of, self-reflecting. I had to do a lot of, I had to check myself, you feel me? A lot of conversations with partners that I value their opinion and respect them, you feel me? Some good game, you feel me? Started, aligning myself or reaching out to other men that were married, going through the same things that I was going through, and trying to find some understanding and balance of how to deal with my situation. You feel me? My kids are my world. I love my babies to death. And as a man, I never have wanted to bring kids into this world that I wasn't gonna be there to take care of, regardless of what my situation is. I wouldn't give a fuck if I was a nigga that had, 6 baby mamas and 12 kids. You feel me? Like, I'm a handle my business and do the shit that I'm supposed to do as a man when it comes to raising and providing for my babies. Um, but the emotional part of what's going on um, in today's time with my situation, or just a situation in general, like the kids make it difficult in so many different ways, um, and it's hard. Um, not gonna lie, I deal with a lot when it comes to trying to just navigate through that, man. Um, when it comes to my son, I try to. I feel like I'm walking on thin ice with that situation because of so much space that is in between me and him. The fact that he didn't until recently, to a degree, have the chance to know what it's like living with me, and I think the fact that that opportunity was given at such a late age, that that kind of had a part to play in it, because his thought process, whatever kind of respect that he did have for me, or him thinking that if you don't like something, all you got to do is call this person and you can have things changed at the drop of a dime. Like I failed that situation before it started, if that makes sense. Um, and yeah, man, it didn't play out the way that I hoped for. I felt like I didn't have the chance to really, for me and him to do us. I was already in a fucked up financial situation with the shit that I had going on. And then to turn around and have to, be a parent and do the things that I need to do. Like, I'm not bitching about it, but, shit, um, I can be in that situation again right now, and I'm still going to do what I need to do every time that phone rings and it's in regards to one of my kids. You feel me? So I don't regret that. I just don't like the fact that, the things that were working against me, and the people that contributed to that situation. Um, it wasn't fair, man. And I deal with that the best way that I can. Um, and just thinking, like, damn, bro, me and my son was never supposed to, have this type of relationship. Um, and when it comes to, my daughter, I want to set the best example that I can for my baby. And this world that we live in is not fair. It's shit, it's dangerous. You feel me? It's scary than a motherfucker. And to be a parent and think that, you know, my daughter gotta, you know, one day live in that world without me. It's like, cuz that's a hard pill to swallow. You feel me? Uh, I want my daughter to have that game. I want my daughter to know that, you know, when daddy's not around, I want my voice to, you know, be what be there when I'm not there. You feel me? Damn, nigga. I want I don't want my daughter to be lost. I don't want her to be in this world game goofy. You feel me? I want my daughter to be, you know, a woman that carries herself with respect and things of that nature. Like there's a lot of women in this world that are lost, and I don't want my daughter to be lost. If you do something that you are gonna regret later, I'll at least want my daughter to have enough knowledge to know that, or not just knowledge. I want her to have the knowledge and, you know, the, for lack of better words, cojones to know that, you know, she made that decision because she wanted to do it, not that she was tricked into doing it, not that she was, you know, ganged up into doing it. Like, if you're gonna go that route, you make that decision. You feel me? Um, if you're gonna live a certain kind of lifestyle, at least have some game in regards to that life before doing it. Don't let the next motherfucker game you up into, you know, doing something, or don't get your information from a nobody. If you're gonna live a certain kind of lifestyle, at least the motherfucker that you are, you know, running behind, running with, or conversing with on a daily basis in regards to that lifestyle is giving you some real game. You feel me? Um, but you know, don't no parent want they child going down that road. But you know, we have to be realistic. You feel me? Um, shit. What think about the shit we was doing or you was doing when you was a child? You feel me? Did your parents really know what you were into? Did your parents really have a clue, an idea of the shit you were doing? Now, some parents, you know, you can't hide it. You feel me? If you grow up in a certain kind of environment and you are expressing certain kind of traits about yourself that are familiar to other people, it's like, oh, yeah, give cuz about 5 years. We already know where he gonna end up at. And for some of us, that is the truth. You feel me? I don't want that for my daughter. I don't want that for my son. And I know, just looking at, you know, my child as who he is today, I know people don't look at him and think, oh, troublemaker. I know people don't look at my daughter and be like, oh, she's fast. By the time she get to high school, she gonna be X, Y, and Z. To the fuck no. To the fuck no. Are they kids? Yes. Are kids gonna, you know, be kids and make certain decisions? Fuck yes, man. Um, and even with, you know, the space and gap between me and my son that's been there for some years, and him being up underneath his mama, like I have, I've had and do still have enough faith that, like, the shit that my son be doing or getting into, that is normal kid shit. Um, he lives in a house where, you know, his mom is married for the second time. So the respect that he may have for the nigga that she's married to now and has a baby with is not even there. You feel me? So you live in a house with another man. You've lived with your mom pretty much your whole life. You're 17 years old now. Bruh got a chip on his shoulder. He feel like he ain't got to listen to nobody. You feel me? So think of, you know, the mentality and mind frame then. of who you was at that age. You feel me? And even with that and being said, my son is not a bad kid. He just, he be trying. You feel me? He be trying to see what it is that he can get away with, and we all did that. You feel me? So I just hope and pray to God that he doesn't take it too far. When it comes to the things that I've exposed my kids to, you feel me? Me and my son, at a very, very young age, I want to say my nigga was probably like 8. Yeah, for sure at 8, but like moving up in the years, slowly but surely, I've sat my son down and had conversations with him in regards to what, certain drugs were: crack, weed, coke, pills, lean, all the shit. Me and my son have had them conversations. Same thing with my daughter to a degree. My daughter's 10, and I the drug talk to a degree, we've had that, and I've kind of left it alone somewhat with her because I'm scared of how to approach certain conversations with her. So I haven't really got too deep into certain things with her. But with my son, oh, for sure. Um, I think I've been very honest with my kids and my son specifically in regards to, my background, the lifestyle that I live, the things that I was into at a certain age, and just things of that nature. I think I've been very honest with them about that. Um, Even when it comes to, firearms and things of that nature, like people that know me know, I do armed security and things of that nature. So the firearms thing and training, I have to go through, yearly. You feel me? So with that being said, like I've to kill the curiosity, you feel me? I've letting my kids, I don't want to say play, but examine, my firearm. I've explained certain things to them in regards to safety and things of that nature. So it's like I'm very, um, I don't want to say hands on is the word, but like when I do get the moments and the opportunity to teach my kids something, I'm a dive into that. You feel me? Um, I know my son's mom don't really, like too much of that, but shit, you got me fucked up. Like if you don't teach your kids, someone else is going to teach them. So before someone else gets the chance to, give my kids any type of information, whether it's good, bad, wrong, right, or misguided information, not from ill will and done on purpose, but they was, misinformed. I want the I I don't want to necessarily say I want them to have the first set of information come from me, but I want them to also have something that has came from me for them to be able to judge what they're being told. Like, okay, hey, little Mikey, you should do X, Y, and Z. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. But at the same time, I know my dad said I shouldn't do X, Y, and Z, and I should do A, B, and Z like this. So, I want them to be able to judge whatever it is that they're going through based on another set of information, another perspective. You feel me? And what that other perspective should come from a collective of, your parents, your family, your core values that you've been raised to have. You feel me? Judge whatever you're being presented with in life on that. Not just me, but within that tight circle, your family. You feel me? I don't think that a lot of men look at shit like that, you feel me, and try to approach it. Some might think that, but they don't act on it. And us as men, we got to start putting our foot forward when it comes to that. Like I've taken some shortcuts in life on some shit, and I've immediately got the repercussions of taking them shortcuts and realized that taking a shortcut is not the way to go. So with that, like with my kids, there is no taking no shortcuts. I have to take the stairs with whatever we got going on with my kids. If I got to teach them something, I'm not going to, halfway do it. I'm going to, do it correctly to the best of my abilities with the tools that I've been presented. You feel me? And I'm gonna handle business as such. But back to the topics of today. One is the dating. Let me see real quick so I can have my facts. Marriage versus situationships. I think that like I said, I was married for 15 years. I was dealing with my daughter's mother on and off for 17 years. I've had a couple situations after my daughter's mother. I would say that there are two women of today after her that I would consider to have had a relationship with. So after saying all that, can you say that I now have the experience? I mean, some would say yes. I kind of want to lean on the side of no, and the reason why I say that, it's not like, oh, I need more experiences. No, because that just sounds like some whole shit. But what the point that I'm trying to get to, or what I'm trying to say is, I've had, I know enough now to know, after dealing with my son's mother, after dealing with my daughter's mother, after dealing with, the two said females after my marriage ended, it is that I know what I'm not gonna deal with. I know what I'm not gonna tolerate. I know what it is that I want in my life. I know what I'm gonna do to get there. And if a motherfucker can't play by my rules, or just come to the table with a certain understanding and enough tools to make certain things happen, like I can't, there's nothing I can do there. You feel me? Like I said in the beginning, me experiencing, my independence, not females, not situationships, after me experiencing what it's like to be on my own, to handle business by myself, weighing the not the options, but weighing the stress of what I went through being in a relationship versus stressing about the shit that I got going on in real life outside of the relationship. I'm not gonna cap to you. I rather stress about real life and fix whatever it is that I got going on in my life that is stressing me out than to be stressed out by shit that's going on in a relationship. And I say that to say, when it comes to dealing with shit out that is like real life and being on my own, like that can get fixed. You know how to fix that. You feel me? I'm not saying I don't know how to fix, the BS that's going on within the relationship. The issue is I have to rely on somebody else to participate. I have to rely on the other person to come to an understanding and realize, like, hey, what you're doing is not correct. The way you're approaching this situation is what's taking the situation further. What you're doing in your contributions to this relationship is fucking shit up. Like, come on now. But I don't want to have to be in that predicament for a motherfucker to finally realize, like, hey, what I've been doing is wrong and this nigga is right. Like, I should really tighten my shit up. Nigga, fuck that. I don't want to sit here and have to go through that, bro. That shit is irritating, my nigga. And I feel like that right there is patience. I don't have patience. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the storage, the hard drive, the gigabytes. I don't have the terabytes to deal with a motherfucker not understanding a motherfucker not willing to admit or even take the initiative to at least see where they're fucking up at. Like I can't deal with that type of shit. So when you think of, what goes into having a real relationship, I'm not a relationship guru. I don't look at myself as one. I don't try to pretend, act like, but I don't give a fuck what nobody's talking about. If you've been in a certain kind of predicament for an extensive or a certain amount of time, you feel me? You're going to learn some shit. You feel me? You're going to have a certain kind of understanding. You're going to learn, and you're gonna see what it takes to, make whatever that situation is that you're in work. So with that being said, like, I've had my fair share of fucking up. I've had my fair share of, doing wrong. I've had my fair share of having, some shit done to me. I've had a fair share of a lot of that. So with that being said, like, trying to move into a new situation, when it comes to dating or, trying to piece up with somebody, it's like, and this is me being honest about myself, I find myself getting irritated super fast. Some might say it's because me being an Aries, I get bored easily. Uh, and the thing about the being bored easily part is like, I don't like routine. Like, if our life is gonna be, wake up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, you know, listen to you bitch about these kids and get some head and go to bed, and that be the, hard life Monday through motherfucking Friday, like, cause I don't want it. You feel me? Um, Living the life that I lived as a kid and coming from, Section 8 and food stamps and things that, less fortunate kids in the ghetto done went through. Like, my nigga, I'm a grown ass man now. I don't eat hamburger helper. I want a bitch that can cook some shit. You feel me? I'm not a regular ass nigga. You feel me? I do shit above, you know, that is not considered average. You feel me? Why? Because I feel like my motherfucking deserve it, nigga. What the fuck are we talking about here? You feel me? My name is motherfucking Malcolm. If you look in the dictionary into what the definition of what the name Malcolm means, it means kingly motherfucker. Um, yeah, man, we're gonna keep that shit going just like that, my nigga. So, uh, yeah, there's a lot that goes into fucking with a nigga like me, and it's like, now that I understand that, I be trying to be understanding of certain shit, and it's like, some people can say that, it's the women that I choose to deal with. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. Come in. What's up, baby? Huh? Yes, daddy's on on the purple app. No, what's up, baby? Put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and then if it's still not warm enough, another 10. All right, baby. Yeah, man, that's my punky right there. That's my baby. You feel me? Shout out to the kids, man. They always come at the perfect time. You feel me? Yeah, baby girl didn't threw me off a little bit. I forgot what I was preaching on, but yeah, man, I'm not. That's what it was. I'm not a regular nigga. You feel me? It takes a lot to deal with me. I know it does, and God bless the woman that can, put up with my bullshit, that can put up, with, the type of nigga that I am. And when I say bullshit, like, I don't be intentionally putting women through, through hell trying to, fuck with a nigga. But it's just like, after, like I've been saying throughout this whole entire stream, you feel me? After experiencing my independence by myself and what it feels like, um, when it comes to the life that I lived and the things that I've experienced and what it is that I do and don't want, the reason why I say I know I be putting females through hell, it's not because of what it is that I do. It's the lack of, you know, it's the niggas that they choose to have dealt with. You feel me? If the nigga before me that you dealt with was content with his life and just sitting on your couch and playing video games all day, my baby, there's nothing that me and you can do. Of course, you're gonna think that what it is that I'm doing is extra because of the expectations that you have for our situation based on the last nigga that you dealt with. I'm not cuz, you feel me, at all. I am a nigga of a certain kind of stature. You feel me? I do things different. I look at life different. You can see just by results. Fuck recognition. I got results over here, my baby. I feel like a lot of the women that I have had a chance to experience and share a moment with, it's like the men, some of them, I ain't gonna say all of them, you feel me, but because some of the women that I've dealt with, I know some of the niggas that they have dealt with, and I ain't gonna sit here and talk bad on the next nigga, you feel me? Some of them are reputable niggas, like, oh, I know, cuz, you feel me? Like that's a real nigga right there, you feel me? I'm one of them. I can congratulate or see good and bad in a situation and give a nigga his flowers, you feel me? So for some females, you feel me, I can see why you fucking with me if you fucked with that nigga, you feel me? But then it's like some of the females, it's like after dealing with them and talking to them, it's like, oh, that's your baby daddy? Bitch, why didn't you say that a long time ago? We could have been wrapped this up, you feel me? Like, nah, my nigga. Oh, that's who you used to fuck with? Bitch, if I would have known that you used to talk to that nigga or was ever in the vicinity of the same bedroom as that nigga, like, bro, I can't do it. Like, there's just certain niggas out, bro, I got partners, I got homies that I would never in my black ass life of living go behind and try to get some pussy after. Bro, it's not happening because I know that nigga. There was a bar that I said in one of my songs, Weekend Love. Me and you do not deserve the same ass cheeks macking. Boy, I mean that. I me as a man, it ain't got nothing to do about being the fat nigga. It ain't got nothing to do about being a rapper or a hood celebrity. No, none of that shit. Like, bro, as a man, there's just certain, me and certain niggas do not need to be sharing anything. Whether it's coochie, a blunt, information, shit, airspace, goddamn me, anything. Like, bro, get your whole ass away from me, dog. And when it comes to women, I take that very seriously because it's like, and this is some universal game. You feel me? You gotta, when you are a person, male or female of a certain stature, you gotta be careful of who you give access to when it comes to your platform. That is some real ass game. Because, you know, just what it is that I said. If you a nigga and you fucking with said female and her last nigga or the last few niggas that she has dealt with ain't nowhere near your level, you are raising her value. You rose her value because now she is looked at as being able to bag that type of nigga that you are, because you're on a different stature and tier than the rest of them other niggas. So when she's done fucking with you, she ain't got no business going backwards. You feel me? The next nigga that she should be fucking with should be a nigga that's on your tier or higher. But guess what, sir? You did that. You helped that female get to the next level. And same thing with women. You feel me? No female is gonna want to fuck with a nigga that other bitches don't want to fuck with. That, like, that's just facts. We just keep it a buck. You feel me? So say for instance there was a nigga, right, that was trying to get with a said female and she dubbed him. You feel me? Stiff armed him. Ugh. And a couple of months later, she might see him again, but she see him with you. You feel me? And you're a female that is not the same caliber as her. You on your shit. You big mama for real. You boss lady. You feel me? And other bitches see that, and you fucking with cuz. Now she gonna want to double back. Now your haters are gonna want to double back on that nigga. All kind of other bitches are gonna want to talk to this nigga that didn't see him before because they see him with you. You feel me? God forbid anything goes on between you and that nigga and y'all gotta split ways. But now Buddy got action. You feel me? Not to say he was a fucked up ass nigga, but Buddy got action now. He got action at a different class of females. The nigga already had action at a different class of females. You just, he didn't believe it in himself though. You feel me? That's the difference between a man and a woman. Like, he didn't believe in it himself. A nigga can go outside. I've done it shit, nigga. Basketball shorts, some slides, a t-shirt or a jersey, and a half head braided, or just took my braids out, hair looking funky, and knocked me something so cold and vicious at the corner store. I've done that shit a couple of times. You feel me? But men, on the other hand, some of us, you feel me? Y'all coochie moves you, and it tells by the type of women that you talk to. And I say that because, you know, let's say it was the other way around. You feel me? I'm dressed how I am. You feel me? Like how I just explained. And a woman, you know, tries to shoot her shot at me at the store, and we both look in a certain kind of way. I'm not gonna cap to you. I might have to stiff arm her, because my whole thing is, or it's not even my whole thing. It's the expectations that's been put on a woman. You feel me? Do I like a woman that don't give a fuck? Yeah, be you, be comfortable, my baby. But you know, when it comes to society, we have this perception of women like, women are just the most beautiful thing in this world. A bitch don't fart, burp, shit, no, none of that. You feel me? So when you approaching me and you got the same energy look that I do, bitch, you just didn't give a fuck today, that's a red flag for me. You feel me? Like, I'm not saying a bitch gotta be pretty and wake up like Beyonce on a daily basis, but my baby, you left the house not giving a fuck. That is cool. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. Come to the store, come get what it is that you needed to come and get. But the audacity to think that you was gonna pop your shit at a nigga like me and I was gonna go for it, like, let's be for real. I'm not that thirsty. You gonna have to find out who I am. If you don't know who I am, you gonna have to double back on the Instagram and shoot your shot like that, because what I seen in front of me, like, I'm not that thirsty. You feel me? And I give, you know, I give the baby, whoever shoots they shot at a nigga like that, you know, I give you your flowers for trying. But it's like, if I can't see past what it is I'm seeing in front of me, it's like I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way, like, cuz she thought that out, nigga, I was the one looking like that. That shit just pissed me the fuck off, man. But yeah, man, that's how I'm feeling. That's how, you know, my thought process goes with this. Yeah, man, that's what I got for y'all today. Real quick, if you was here yesterday and you was here the day before that, I've been speaking about switching up this schedule, man. Right now, for this past week and the week before that, we've been doing these morning sessions. I've been, you know, trying to be faithful with it, and it's worked for me. Well, I ain't gonna say it's worked for me, but I've been making it work. Trying to be here on time with y'all, 9 o'clock sharp, a morning. We've been getting about anywhere between an hour and a half in. Just having these real life conversations, but I want to see what the tap in rate is for the evening crew. You feel me? these early morning sessions is people that do the wake and bakes, get your coffee, hop on whatever platform you fuck with that brought you here to me, and we just sit here and have a good morning show conversation. You feel me? But I think there's other people missing out on the good game we giving. I think there's other people that want to be involved. You feel me? So yeah, man, we gonna move this to a evening thing starting Monday. In a new we're gonna switch some things around. You feel me? I got some good ideas. I've already started making my flyers and things of that nature, and I'm gonna start promoting and pushing this new time. You feel me? In these new segments. So yeah, man, follow the fat nigga on Instagram, Milliaon, MACCMILLIAON. That's where that's the quickest and easiest way to get all the information. We do have another page. We got Everything XL. You feel me?
The XL way, baby.
Follow us on Instagram at IG Everything XL. We're also on the Blue app, FB. You feel me? Everything XL over there as well. Tap in on the Red app for Macc Milliaon, and Everything XL as well. We got all of our podcast videos over there. If you into the podcast thing, go ahead and check us out on the Red app, Everything XL. If you fucking with a nigga in the music, y'all been tapped into that big smooth, go ahead and take a trip over to www.macmillion.com. Check out the website. Designed it myself. That was all me. You feel me? I got links up there to some of the old music. Y'all need to go tap in with that Blue Aries 1 and 2. We got some videos up for both those projects. Speaking of videos, baby girl just celebrated, 5 years cancer free. Shout out to her. I got a video that I've been sitting on for a minute. I think it was to Blue Aries 2. I can't really remember the song right now. But we shot a video the day my daughter got to ring the bell at Randall's Children's Hospital in Portland, Northeast Portland. Yeah, man, we shot a music video there. We shot the video. Excuse me if this ain't the correct name. I want to say Portland State University. We shot a video. We shot some scenes there. There was a limo company that came through with the pink limo, stretch limo, all the shit, man. Like it was a dope situation. So yeah, man, the video, I never put it out. I don't know why. I just did it, and I think it's time to go ahead and drop that for y'all. You feel me? But I'm gonna get up out of here. You feel me? It's about that time. If you've been here watching this whole entire time, I greatly appreciate you. Purple app, I'm fucking with y'all the long way. I see y'all up there. Y'all been sitting here following a nigga, listening, tapping in. Red app, I see y'all. I greatly appreciate y'all. It's your boy Macc Milliaon, man. And tomorrow, tap in, same time. We're gonna get live. I think I'm gonna tap in one more time today. I got some other shit I want to talk about, but I'm gonna get in these streets, go handle my business, and probably like around, I don't know, 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm gonna be in here, so check the Instagram, see what I got going on. I'll let y'all know what time I'm gonna tap in. But until then, hey man, it's your baby mama's favorite fat nigga. Who said Macc Milliaon the motherfucking most? And there's only one way to go.